Hello my friends and welcome back to our continued blind let's play Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Dual Destinies for the PS5. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story discovery channel, and today we end this once and for all. Maybe. Possibly. I mean, I kind of went back and forth on this on the end of yesterday's episode, and I basically said, you know, hey, this is only day one. There's gotta be something else here, right? But at the same time, we know who the Phantom is, we've trapped the Phantom, we've got the Phantom. Maybe there's another mastermind behind the Phantom that we go after, but either way, we're ending the Phantom today. That's right. Let's go. Let's do this. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Ah, the infamous sword of the beguiling bluff. Its edge is without compare. Come now, ready it with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is an outrage! This is an outrage! Arrgh! Get him, Taka. Go on, right to now. Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, the culprit supposedly removed the moonlock from the lab. But in this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, you're right. But here's something to consider. Couldn't he have just put it in his pocket or something? What if the Phantom hid the moonlock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Good thinking, boss. Security was super tight at the space center back then. All of that, in spite of the space center having very strict security in those days. I'll personally fix will examine thoroughly the coming or the going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints. Does this mean that the moonrock is still somewhere in the space center? In the name of justice, I proclaim that's impossible. And why is that? The space center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab, but the moonrock was never found. Ah, how could I forget that? A sad but true fact. We still haven't a grasp of how it was done. But the Phantom made the moonrock vanish into the ether. There's no way it just disappeared. Logic and evidence tells us otherwise. The Phantom didn't have the moonrock on him when he left the lab. Yet a thorough police search didn't turn up anything either. And it never turned up in the 7 years after that. The Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. But how? There must have been a way. Think, Phoenix, think! How did the moonrock vanish from the robotics lab? So, can you not show what happened to the moonrock, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can, Your Honor? Sure. What? Oops, sorry, I mean... What? Huh. In that case, well, let's have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moonrock disappear from the crime scene? Oh god, I have like no life left. Oh, I can save. Oh, that's good. I have no life left. Yeah, that's bad. How did the Phantom make the moonrock disappear from the crime scene? Okay, let's see. Space center diagram. I don't think that helps me. The murder knife definitely doesn't help me. Space center pamphlet. Shows maps, but that doesn't... Did he put it in the museum as a replica? Question mark? It was launched in space return only a few days ago. Newspaper clipping a photo of the people involved in the launch of the Jacket worn by Dr. Sykes. You know, that's a big rock. Like, I don't think I ever realized that. That is a very big rock. Yeah, that thing is absolutely huge. You're not going to be able to hide that in your pocket. An earring that Dr. Sykes gave to Athena, the stone was cut from a real moon rock that was being used for research. Okay. The stone was cut from a real moon rock. Could it be that previous moon rock? So it was being used for research. So maybe it made it disappear by putting it in the research lab? Doesn't help. That doesn't help. Why is this here? Like, why is the bomb here? This doesn't make any sense. You know, there are times when you play Ace Attorney and you feel like a giant light bulb goes off inside your brain. And it's one of the best feelings that you can have when you play a video game. It is just an amazing feeling if you're right. If you're wrong, then you look stupid. But if you're right, it's an amazing feeling. Where was it? Where was it? Okay, right here. I just said a few minutes ago, couldn't he have put the moon rock in his pocket or something? And then I'm looking through my evidence and I see the moon rock in the distance. And what do I think? That thing's huge. There's no way you could have just hid that moon rock in your pocket. But what else do I see? I see a pattern. The moon rock has yellow stripes to it. And when I look at this bomb, I'm thinking, what's the point of this bomb? Like, why is this here? But look at 7-K. 7-K shows the same pattern as what's in the moon rock. The thing is though, the Phantom made the robot the rock disappear, but this was 7 years ago. This was 7 years ago, right? Like, the chronological events are messing my head. So was this 7 years ago? Or was this recently? I think this was 7 years ago. Hold on, I'm trying to... So yeah, this was 7 years ago because he was stabbed. He was stabbed. And this Fanti bomb was found in the boarding lounge 1 and detonated courtroom number 4. So this Fanti bomb was found in the current case. But the moon rock is clearly... The moon rock is in the Phantom bomb. I just call it the Phantom bomb. The Fanti. Oh, clever game. Clever. I see what you did there. But yeah. The phony Fanti or Phantom bomb had the moon rock in it, but that just says where the moon rock is now. It does say how did he make it disappear 7 years ago. So it either could be that it was placed as a replica in the museum, or it was used for research. I did just save, right? I get it wrong. I saved. It's okay.
Take that!
That's where the moonwalk was hidden? Yes, well, I thought it would be kind of cool if it was. I wasn't asking if you thought it was cool. I was looking for a reasonable argument. Okay, I guess I was wrong on that one. Well, let's see the game over screen. I'm afraid that's as far as we can go. At this time, it appears we can't prove that the witness is a phantom. All we can do is look forward to seeing what the prosecution dig up in the future. After that, the phantom vanished completely. The cases remained unsolved, and we're never able to uncover the truth. As the days passed, the dark age of the law only grew darker and darker. That's tragic. Okay, well, let's go back to that. Let's use the moon rock and say it was done as research.
Take that!
It's not. Okay, so could it be the phantom bomb? But the thing is, the phantom bomb is like present.
Take that!
That's not it either. Yeah, like I said, the phantom bomb is like present day. Why the heck was it?
Take that!
And the home capsule. Well, that's the home capsule, right? The one that went up with the Hat 1 rocket? He couldn't carry the rock out, but he couldn't leave it in the center to be found either. So there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was there in the lab that day. Yes, the team must have loaded it onto this Hope space probe eventually. But if that's what's happened, well then the moonwalk would have been launched up into space along with the rocket. Preposterous! It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moonrock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moonrock in the most cosmic way he knew how. It was out there in the depths of space, aboard the Hope space probe. What? Okay, maybe the light bulb movement one wasn't a real thing, but I could have swore that thing in the bomb is clearly the moon rock. It's got the same pattern to it. Order in the court. I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat 1 anyway. Yeah, he launched it into space, he sabotaged the probe, and by doing that, the moon rock just disappears. That villain! He used his primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's really clever. That's right. He planned for the moonrock to be turned into cosmic dust out in space, thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on its mission and returned 7 years later, with the capsule in tow. Go! If we analyze the blood on the moonrock, it would make one thing crystal clear. That you were the Phantom all along, Detective Fulbright. So, he killed Clay just so we could get the moonrock back? I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage the Hat 2, but at the same time, he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crimes 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, it was all he could do just to escape himself, so he didn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop Fulbright. He probably hung on to the capsule for all he was worth until the very last breath. Oh, this is so funny. You make me laugh, you really do. Boy, he's totally out of whack now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you just admit to it all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell you. I am not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another one of his games. It's a trap! And now I'm not sure what to think. Suppose if the Phantom is by with his suit, trap is not out of the question.
Objection!
But in that case, you could say anything is a trap. That's what makes a trap. I've been framed in taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order.
Silence.
Further investigation? More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself if I must, here and now. I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Black Quill! Hey, you guys aren't really... Edgeworth? Where did you come from? It looks like I made it just in time. Edgeworth? I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I've uncovered some very crucial facts. Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity? You might say that. I started by looking into the first people on the scene 7 years ago. All three, an employee and 2 officers, were registered in the robots recognition systems. But none of them looked the least bit like Detective Fulbright. That's not good. But there's more. I've yet to share my most important finding. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackquill, you best brace yourselves. Uh-oh. He's a spy, so couldn't he have gotten, like, his face changed or something? The man you see there before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead. Ah! So he assumed Bobby Fulbright's identity! Oh, that's good! Oh, that's really good. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? An unidentified body that was found a year ago has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints. Then, does this mean? Well, yes, that man there is an imposter pretending to be Bobby Fulbright. An imposter? Then, this man? Who in the world is he? Enough of your trickery. If you will not reveal yourself to us, then I shall do it for you. Whoa! What the heck? Yeah. What the? No! His face! Oh, look what you did to my mask. My mask? What is the meaning of a witness? Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. What? What? Wait, but that's... My brain can't take this game anymore. Hey, Apollo. Yep, it's me, Solomon Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck, that can't be right. You can't really be the Phantom, can you?
Silence.
Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed. Yeah, it's just another mask. Oh my god. Game, will you please stop this? I can't take this anymore. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change names at will. I can be anyone I want.
Objection!
Not so fast. I have the Phantom Sec profile right here. If we compile the Sec profile on you and compare the results, it will prove that you are the Phantom. It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the end justifies the means. Wait. That voice, those words. Aristotle means? What is going on here? I cannot accept such evidence, Herr Mistakes. What, Professor Means? Mask? I'll take what I want, by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence. Huh? Time to take out the trash, yes. Permanently. How could you? Now do you see how powerful the end justifies the means could be?
Silence.
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face. But that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face is no meaning or value to me at all. So that's not really means, it's someone else. This is my brain, like I said, my poor little bird brain can't take all this. Or perhaps it really is the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in the mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I'd wager. Well, aren't you just the master of psychology, Black Quill? Well, that's right. I don't know who I am. I am always living as someone else with my assignments. I don't remember what my face even looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, my memories and personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul, I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss. What's with this guy? Is he even still human? Well, now, we resume with your lesson, Professor Wright. Huh? I believe he made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I believe there was blood on the moon rock in that capsule. Now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claims of a phantom trap won't work anymore. Well, then why don't you bring this moon rock in? Well, this decisive evidence from the Hope's capsule. I think I will do just that. Get ready, because the Hope capsule is about to seal your fudge! It was the confident bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence, and was blown to smithereens. Well, it looks like you finally cut in. The full marks for the defense for effort. But what a shame that your hope was lost in the courtroom explosion. So that's the real reason this courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I see now. That's why it was put inside that Phantom puppet. To blow it all up and to cause chaos. Oh, this is really smart and clever. He's really good. But we're gooder. Better. I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? Has the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? How dare you continue to call me the Phantom? As I've said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent.
Objection!
And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof. Or at least a prayer. I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright. At least put some weight behind your swing, right to know. I know, I'm trying. There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. But that was blown to bits in this courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny parts, some small little fragments still exist? Like the one in the phantom bomb! Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture? Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's see your proof. What evidence will finally prove the Phantom's identity? It's this. Phony Phantom Bomb. This is what I need. There's still fragments of the thing in here. Isn't that the bomb that blew up the courtroom and the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. Focus your attention on this photo taken after the bombing, specifically right here. Now this is yellow and black too, but this is a false thing. This, however, 7-K.
Take that!
Please take a look at this newspaper article. The article about the hit one. Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at the photo of the bomb fragments, see how there is a rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my, yes, I see it. It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. And if we take a look at the fragments that the police found, we'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on that blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable! But that's impossible! A surprise to be sure. That's one bloody tough rock. Let us have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, Fulbright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the test. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did the test results show? There was a rock fragment that had blood on it that appeared to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was the witness's blood, didn't they? There's no use in trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it, you are the Phantom of the courtroom.
Objection!
Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? That sounded like him. Oh, he switched to us, didn't he? No, I didn't say a word. Yeah, that kind of confused me for a second there, too. That was my objection, Apollo. God, it's so confusing. Huh? Why? It was a pretty good objection too, don't you think? Now he's me? So, did you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Huh? Wait, no, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. You know, the other Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? That's what I said. Phoenix with a question mark. I love that. Mr. Wright, this fragment of rock in the photograph and those just like it. How can you be so sure the piece is the same rock that was at the robotics lab? Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had my blood on it. But how do you know they're not just rocks? You can't prove they're the moon rock, right?
Objection!
Don't be absurd. This is so weird, using the same voice for the same characters back and forth. I'm sorry if you listen to this on audio, but I can't help it because of the same person, technically speaking. Just compare the fragment with the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody could see that they're the same. They have the same coloration. But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely that a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be there. But you can't deny it's a possibility.
Objection!
But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Apollo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago, I tripped and fell in this very courtroom and was hurt pretty badly. Maybe that's how my blood found its way onto a piece of rubble. Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet, I suppose it's not completely out of the question. Ha ha ha, I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force the biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, then why don't we get those fragments analyzed? We could ask Esther to verify whether they're the same rock and the rocks are not, and that's where that comes in! Athena, you beautiful angel, the answer is right in front of us. All we need is a sample of the original rock to compare to this rock to make sure they're the same rock. I'm pretty sure science can do that, right? And if so, we have a sample of the original rock in our possession. I am sorry, but I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. And I have that! I have that! Go suck an egg, you evil phantom! But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample that left either. So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Want to bet? Oh, no! Objection! Objection! I can prove that! There's really no way to prove it? Ha ha ha, you finally ready to throw in the towel?
Objection!
That was me. That was me saying objection. That was the real me. The real Phoenix. So, the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? Well, that's right. It was such a valuable rock, too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. There's another piece of it right here by our side. A shiny fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? We have a final fragment of hope that was passed down with great care and love. We do? We do. Even if the person holding it doesn't realize it yet. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention, Your Honor. He's just bluffing as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. The piece of evidence that shows the original moonmark isn't completely lost is this. What is it? It's Athena's earring! Because we read this earlier! An earring that was cut from a real moon rock! But just about the only things my mother left me with our widget. And this earring. Maybe she did love me. In her own way. Ah, you beautiful, beautiful woman, Miss Sykes. Thank you. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you with a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Ha ha ha. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you. Because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah. What? Oh! You mean Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is the defensive sample of the moon rock.
Take that!
Well, that's your sample? This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from the original moon rock. What? All this time? It was right here all along? No. It can't be. If the composition of the bomb fragments and the earrings are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt the origin of the fragment in this photo. And since the test results show that the blood on the fragment was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I try to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. I may not have Athena's ears, but now, even I can hear the fear in the voice. The fear? I don't feel fear. I left all my emotions behind years ago.
Objection!
Every human feels fear. You simply can't face emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. And I suppose you do. I didn't have anybody to support me at first either. I couldn't face the fear inside me, couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Then you're just a coward for running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Sykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to face my suspicions without hesitation. Running away from myself? How can I run away from myself? When there's nothing inside. Nothing at all.
Objection!
I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand. But people have emotions, it's just a fact of life, and so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another. So they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me is this. No. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I feel fear. You can't outrun yourself. Remove that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face. My own true face. No, please don't. I know you're here. Where are you? See, I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. My own true face. What am I face? Is this my face? Is it? Is it? No, that's not it. No, No! This is me! This is me! I just wanted my face! What am I? Who am I? Wow, they really did have assassins ready to kill him. It's over. Whew. Sniper attack in this very courtroom. Chills me to my bones. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective, his imposter doing? He's a lucky fellow. The pilot didn't hit any vital organs. Wow! Sniper sucked. He appears to be in no danger of dying. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. The analysis of that final piece of evidence, right to know, submitted is in. The composition, Miss Sykes' earring, and the fragment with the blood on it match. We now know to be certain that is a fragment to the moon rock in question. The murders and bombings at the Space Center, both past and present. The bombing in courtroom number 4 and all of his other crimes is numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all those things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad of things we wish him to tell us about after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. But before I do, will the defendant please return to a proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Tina Sykes, not guilty. This trial was insane. Absolutely insane. Court is adjourned. But I still feel like not all the questions have been answered. Because, like, why did this? Because if he's a spy, that means he was ordered by someone to do what he did. So what happened there? I mean, do we just assume it was some foreign agency trying to mess with the space launch? And then that's when everything else like broke down? Or is the third game in the trilogy going to address these lingering questions? Don't know. December 20th, 1912. No, it's not 1912. December 20th, 9:12 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Pearls. And thank you for being there for Athena. It's the least I could do. But Athena was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Daddy, I'm so glad to see you. Trucy, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, Daddy. I was doing magic tricks for other hostages to keep our spirits up. Aw, what a girl. That's our Trucy for you. I'm really glad to see you're safe. Right. I fear you owe you. I fear I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Edgeworth. We never would have caught him if it weren't for all of you. Ah, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You're the ones who have been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you were the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as prosecutor, right? Oh yes, I guess so. We knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial. Well, we never would have won this trial without you. It was your help as chief prosecutor that was the key to its successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw to it that I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it? So you figured it out, did you? Aw, that's our Edgeworth. Yeah, getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know? It should have been much harder after that evidence forging scandal. Well, I owed you a few favors. Hey, Edgeworth, I think we can finally, bring this whole Dark Age of the Law thing to an end. Even the darkest night turns to dawn eventually. Good line. I think I missed a line there. Hold on. Our sun will rise again. Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away. You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It wouldn't kill you. Instead, the furrows in that brow of yours just keep getting deeper and deeper. So I should smile more, huh? I'll think about it. The complicated love-hate relationship between love-flying rivals. Athena. Who's this? Hey, Simon, what's up? I'm forever in your debt. You went to all that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. Well, I knew that if I did get your sentence overturned fast, you would be executed. So I studied, and I was frantic. I'm so glad I made it in time. Aww. I want to see the two hug each other. That would be a great moment. Just barely, but I still made it. That a girl, Athena. It's good to see you finally let your tears out. Yes, I survived by the skin of my teeth, thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. It was never my intention to just throw my life away. But some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect with my life. My mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai through and through. Yeah, I really like Blackwell. Blackwell is such a great character. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. I hope he's in future games. I don't know if he is. Well, I mean, there's only one game left, right? Before the, what was it? Like the 1800 games or something? There's like these super duper, not prequels, but like Ace Attorney games that took place in the distant past. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, like that was. But, I mean, there's still one more game left in the current chronological timeline, so. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. It took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What team we are, huh? It was definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office has the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna work extra hard to make up for all the worry that caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Right Editing Agency. Well, nobody's going to try harder than me, so you better watch out, Apollo. Simon is free, thanks to Mr. Wright. But there are many more people out there who would need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing you both to help them. Still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There are still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. We got a lot of work ahead of us. If we ever hope to fully bring the Dark Age of the Law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. We have to go celebrate with a bowl of piping hot noodles. Yes! Let's go to our boy, Eldoon. Huh? Nothing like a bowl of Eldoon's noodles after a trial. After all, Mr. Wright. After all, I'm Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works at the Write Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Huh? Wait, did I even get paid for these trials? As a boss, it's your duty to express gratitude to the people who are under you for their great work. In that case, allow me to join in the festivities. I would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? Wait, huh? I have an idea, Daddy. Why don't you just invite everybody involved with the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come. When did you grow up to be such a generous gentleman? I don't have any money! I don't get paid for any of these cases! All the dots! Guys? Under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can say. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fair. I want to say it too. Okay. Here we go. Objection! Hopefully everyone in the audience said that too. Woohoo! Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that he's back. So I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a lost cat, install an air conditioner, give a computer to find a lost item. You think I should have found him a few legal cases? Nah, that's okay. This is the Write Anything Agency after all. Oh, that's awesome. Dina and Apollo were so wonderful in court. I better study as much as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandma says eats lots of peppers and they'll ignite your passion. Oh, but I should figure out which to grow. Green peppers or yellow peppers? Or maybe I should go with hot as sun red peppers instead. Aww. Whew, what a great game. I'm not going to talk much because this goes back and forth between the characters and I don't want to lose my train of thought just yet. At the end of the decade of the law, you say? This is so naive. Don't you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? What? The putting me under investigation? The chief prosecutor wants to see me? Ah! Oh, such a worm. Ah, I love pain. I've been asked to be the great mass wrestler Timbertoro. He's scheduled to go upstairs against Amazing Ninetales next, though. Oh, what to do? A fight to the finish with myself? Why don't you ask Mr. Demon Lord to be the Amazing Ninetales II? Well, that's not a bad idea. I bet you're doing all for it. Caca! So we're to meet us shows, are we, my little friend? Too bad we're not gonna see the penguins. Wow, would you believe it? I'm an alderman of Ninetales now. That's pretty impressive, eh? I took over after rescue me for the good of my beloved village. What do you say? Would you like me to make a little donation to help us out? Hey, you! What do you think of doing singing in the mire? Ah, jigs up. Better make a run for it! Oh, that was someone else saying it about Filch. I didn't realize that. Hey, you! What are you doing in the manor? Ah, better make a run for it! I thought I would want to be an artist, but after seeing the amazing job Dean did, so I became generally interested in the law. So now, I'm studying for the bar exam. I'm going to prosecute Athena someday. You'll see. I'm studying my buns off too, but not for the bar exam. I'm going to pass the Demon's entrance exam on my own merit this time. With a score of 100 points, of course. You, Juniper, a dream of Haha. I found really sweet boxes for all three of them, but they won't wear it. Is it because I want to be the guitarist instead of a lawyer or a judge? But anyway, thanks for the tire. The school newspaper's future is basically now let's see what the first bird will have to say on it. Our editor class order continues to rehearsal. The cardboard box got soggy. Aww. She wasn't so bad. She wasn't. Ah, Clavier! The one night only if a unit cuts out. I still remember that evening with passion. The president of the student council sang like no high school student I've seen. When she's a judge in her own court someday, I'd love to hear a jam session with her. I'll be the coolest judge ever, yeah? can already hear it now. God, that text went by too quickly. Sorry if I could do his voice well enough. It just went by so fast. I give this place a good cleaning from top to bottom. But it's already a mess again. I guess the only thing I can do now is clean up the attitudeness of the people in this office. With Mystic Maya due to come here once the training is over, it simply must be done. Are we gonna see Mystic Maya in the next game? I hope that's the thing. I hope that's the thing. Haha, the humanity's dreams at the sparse is here. In fact, already play of the Hop 3 Rocket has already begun. Look upon me, people of this great nation, and witness the glory of Yuri Cosmos. Blood, you, oh, director, yes, productive investigations are very complete, yes. You just leave everything to me, Assistant Director Yuri Cosmos. I'm going to the moon in the new rocket. If Athena or Mommy Metis came to the moon, I would love to show them around. But which is more interesting? Montes Piranhas or the Mare Tranquilitatis? You think they would like either one? Yay! Hooray! I wonder how Miss Aura is doing. I'd rather be near Miss Aura than on the moon. Oh, Miss Aura, I just want you to use me again like you used to. Aww. I like little robots. They're so good. Ready for lunch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! I'm going to move for real this time. Me for clear. Thanks to my lawyers, I know now I should never give in. I'm worried. Can't breathe in space. In fact, it's cold as heck. Oh man, now I'm getting really nervous. No, I am not employed here. I simply came to request the services in defense of my sister. But no one's around, and I've been kept waiting a long time. And what sort of case brings you here? Oh, your father was excused. You wish for Athena to defend him. Then perhaps he and I shall meet in the courtroom in the near future. Okay, that's, I don't even know what to say about that. That's kind of wrong, Simon. They say he's gonna be the one to prosecute him. I'll look forward to next month's salary assessment. Please look at me! Blackwell's acquittal has brought all manner of ills and possible office to light. It would seem some of the cases saw the chill of winter into the warmth of spring. Now I owe Wright yet another debt of gratitude, but I will pay him one day. You can trust in that. Alright, so now I can talk about the case. I mean, what I have to say about this is one of the wildest cases that we've had in a while. Like, the last case in every game always seems to have a lot of punch to it and a lot of emotion to it. But man, just the fact that we really didn't know who the Phantom was. Because if you look at this game, the first two cases of this game felt like they were... They felt kind of dramaless in some ways. I'm not saying they were dramaless. I'm just saying that you kind of knew who the guilty person was. And that kind of takes a lot of the thrill out the investigation. But then again, the investigation is not always about figuring out who it is. It's about the journey along the way. But there is something to be saying about figuring out who did it and why. And when we got to the end of this case, I never, ever, if you would ask me out of all the people in the people menu, if you were going to ask me about which ones were the most likely to have done this, I'm pretty sure that in the tier of there's no way in heck this person did it would have been, you know, Phoenix, Apollo, Athena, Blackwell, and Fulbright. Like, there's just no way these guys would have or could have possibly have done it. And yet the one person that did it is the one person I never expected to be the one to do it. And that was amazing because, like I said, you know, the first 2 cases of the game, you kind of know who did it. So to go to the last case and just be completely blindsided was amazing. I think it was incredible. Now, was it the best twist in the Ace Attorney series? I don't know. My money's still out on that one. I still think the what was it, 2-4 had one of the wildest twists that I never saw coming, and I mean, it just blew my mind. But this one is definitely up there with ones that you're just thinking, how in the world did we get here? Like, how did this happen? And it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I thought this case was amazing. Had a lot of humor, had a lot of mysteries, had a lot of good plot elements. And we're going back in space. It's finally returned to space.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
I really love the art in this game as well. It's just beautiful. And the cutscenes, fantastic.
Mr. Starbuck! You'll be fine. Just believe in yourself.
The moon's closer than you think.
Friends stick together.
Thanks, guys. I wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
Yeah! Woo!
All right!
Whew. Through the years, I've seen as much joy as heartache, honesty as deceit. But just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape the harsh pull of his fears and despair, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow. The end. Woo! Like I said, good stuff. Congrats. Special music and background scene. What's that? Look like a fighting menu. Can I take a look at that? No, I do not want to continue on right now. I don't want to look ahead. Music and background. Backgrounds. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's like a fighting game. Oh, look at that. The little guy on the bottom right. Oh, that looks amazing. Now I want a fighting game of Ace Attorney. What does it say? Gakukan? It's the Turnabout. It's Japanese, right? Something 5. Because it's the 5th game. Right. I keep calling this the 7th game because of the Ace Attorney investigations. Because Ace Attorney Investigations are still Ace Attorney, so I call this the 7th game because, you know, it's the 7th Ace Attorney game. But, yeah, whatever. I guess AA5 works. And I think the Ace Attorney Investigation games are called like AAIs. So you have AA 1 through 6, then you have AAIs, and then I guess the Great Attorney Collection is called something else. But either way, thank you also for joining me on this wonderful adventure. I can't say how much I love and appreciate you guys. You are the best in the world, the #1 YouTube community in all of YouTube, and I mean that with the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for those who have been following along, and for commenting on all the videos, for liking the videos, for subscribing to the videos, and additionally, I want to give a shout out to our wonderful, amazing supporters of the channel via Patreon and YouTube membership. Cryptfady, Fleeting Day, NL, Epilogue, Topper, Trinity T, Techno Trouble, Diesel Light, Draggy K, Moose Gaming, and Daddy X. Thank you all for everything. I'm so amazed that you support me in this way. And if you would like to do that, the links are in the description below. What's next, FlightlessBird? We had the 2nd Professor Layton game, followed by the 3rd Ace Attorney, followed by the 3rd Professor Layton, then of course the crossover. However, there may be some additional games played in between all that, because we know that Kotaro Uchikoshi and Kadoka, the Zero Escape and Danganronpa famous creators, are teaming up to work on a sort of Danganronpa Zero Escape type game set in a school. I mean, it looks really weird. It looks very cool, and it basically is going to be pretty wild because it's something that I've never seen before, and I never known what's going on. It's called the 100 Line The Last Defense Academy. Looks pretty cool so far. Additionally, announced today, they say, Kotaro Uchikoshi came out and said that there will be a remaster. I don't even know if Uchikoshi came out and said this, but Spike Chunsoft came out and said this. And they are remastering Uchikoshi's Ever 17 and Never 7 games. I played Ever 17 on the channel. If you'd like to watch that, link is in the description below. But I never got a chance to play Never 7. So I might want to play that as well. And that comes out March 6th. So we have March 6th, those games. Then we have the 100 Line Defense, which I'm not really sure when that comes out. I mean, there's just so much coming out. There's a reason I haven't had a poll recently with the visual novel section, just because, yeah, there's a lot coming out. I mean, there's just so much I need to play. And visual novel games take a while. And there's still Homestuck, which I haven't been playing enough of, I admit, so I need to play more of that. Just like I said, there's a lot that we need to play. But with that said, my dear friends, I can't say how much I thank you and appreciate you for all that you do. Truly, y'all are amazing, and y'all have blessed my life in ways that I can't even describe. So thank you so very much, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. We'll see you again very soon in the next Ace Attorney game, or next Professor Layton game, or maybe in the next any game, visual novel game they pick up, or maybe watch an RPG next, or a horror game next, or an adventure game next. Either way, I'll see you soon, and until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.